Welcome to Second Take, the show that focuses on the issues behind the news. This week, Mining Weekly editor Martin Creamer joins me to unpack the developments at Orion Minerals and Platinum Group Metals. Welcome, Martin.
Thanks, Ashni.
Now tell us about Orion Minerals' new empowerment deal.
It's a very potent empowerment deal. We have had situations in the past where the participants in the empowerment transaction, the black economic empowerment partners, have sort of made to be passengers in the plane, not really participating in the same way as international investors do. With Orion, it's got a primary listing in Australia, it's got a secondary listing in Johannesburg, and what they've done is they've put the empowerment shares level pegging with the foreign investors' shares, in that there's full participation and full contribution. And also they've got shares at the asset level, which isn't the norm, where you don't have the listed shares, but you have, and even the original shareholders, the original empowerment shareholders, they are now getting shares on the listed company. And so they can participate in this growth. And the Orion Minerals growth story, I think, is going to be quite significant, because when you look at that asset they took over there, it used to employ like 4,000 plus people. It was a very active site for copper and zinc. And at the time that it closed, South Africa was going through various stages of sanctions, and it was in 1991. It was owned by Anglo-Val, which was one of the big four mining houses, and they decided to just close it down. And when Patrice Motsepe's African Rainbow Minerals took over the assets of Anglo-Val, they didn't seem to recognize that this had as much potential as I think it has. And so, Aerosmart has come in with Orion Minerals. They've got their investors, because the investors have done due diligence, and they see, buying these shares is cheap at the price, because this ore body is quite potent, and it's got the zinc and the copper, and we know that the zinc and the copper prices and future is looking good. So they will be able to reopen a mine at quite low cost, plus all the exploration costs and everything is very reasonable. So we're seeing that the new BE partners, they are professionals in their own right. They've done due diligence as to what they're going into. They are quite prepared to pay the premium price for the shares. They are paying the premium price, just like every foreign investor has put this 29 premium on these shares. They've been prepared to do that. So it shows you that what they have studied there gives them confidence that they can have potential. If they go at risk here, they are looking to get the rewards and the participation and contribution that normal foreign investors get. So it's quite a new era for the way we're packaging our black economic empowerment. And I remember many years ago, when I did an article on the Federala, which was an Afrikaner business, taking over Checkers. And I was on the Sunday Times at the stage, and I said to the person that I was speaking to about the deal, this is now Afrikaner business, really progressing and getting into the economy. And he said to me, we've reached the stage where you don't need to refer to Afrikaner business. This is just business. And that's what's happening with the BE. This sort of style of BE, it just becomes a transaction. And the people involved are South Africans. They happen to be black South Africans, but they're on a level pegging with the foreign investors.
And still with Orion, they want to use sunlight and night wind power. Night wind to power its copper and zinc mines in the Northern Cape.
The Northern Cape, it's not only got sun, and you've got sort of 85% potential sun there on an ongoing basis, which is strong sun. So it gives you a potential for lower cost solar power. But it's also got wind. So and this wind corridor, it's normally active in the night as well. So even though you think, well, the sun isn't shining, but hope the wind blows most of the time. So you've got this tremendous potential. Already there's like a guaranteed 250 megawatts coming out of this Northern Cape region in renewable energy. And so they see Eskom with a problem. They see this potential, and they want to use renewable energy in their business rather than Eskom, because as a business case it comes in at a lower cost. They are even talking about putting up their own solar power and their own, wind potential. But what they're worried about is this Eskom monopoly. Every time you try and do this, Eskom says, no, you must sell it to us, it must come on the grid, and then people are going to buy it off the grid. They want to wheel themselves. They don't want to be subject to this monopolistic demand from Eskom. And I think the country must wake up to this, that Eskom's monopoly position has got to end, because there are so many people using the sun and the wind to get energy, and this is a wonderful route to take. You can't have Eskom standing in the way and wanting to participate in a fashion that might not allow these people to go down the cost curve.
And lastly, the completion of PTM's definitive feasibility study for its Waterberg project has moved to August now.
Yes, this Platinum Group company, it's listed in Canada and it's listed in New York, and the potential around this Waterberg has always been emphasized by them, particularly the palladium potential, and we know the palladium price is high now. But an interesting aspect of this is that you're getting regular reports of how this is progressing towards development and then a potential mine. But interestingly, you can see that South Africa's big platinum group metals company, Impala Platinum, currently owns 15% of this, but they have an option to take control. And so it's going to be, when you see this Canadian company doing development work, this is going to come in, it seems, into the Impala company stable. And that's going to be important for Impala, because we're used to associating Impala with deep, dark and dangerous operations. I think they've got among the deepest platinum group metal mines, and this will give them an opportunity to come in at an open cast and later an underground mine. So it will be a very important aspect for Impala Platinum, but also South Africa, because it's quite palladium rich. So you've got this benefit of when platinum is down, palladium is up, and then platinum comes in and starts to substitute, and then that price, but you're not losing no matter which way the price goes, and that will put them in quite a good position if they do decide to take control of that mine.
Thanks for speaking with us, Martin.
It's a great pleasure, Sashmi.
That's it for today. Join us again next week for more news analysis on the local and global mining industries. And don't forget to listen to the audio version of our Mining Weekly daily email newsletter.